Welcome to InkThinks and happy 2019! It is really great to be back making videos after such a crazy end to 2018 for me. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is out, and it is a serious contender for my favorite Smash game to date. It's packed with lots of technical intricacies like Melee, and yet it has the same ease to play as Smash 4. I've gotta say, it feels really nice to be able to edge guard people and actually have it mean something again. The cast feels well balanced, and the game is just a blast to play. Although I will admit, I really miss Snake having a sleep dart like he did in Project M. Anyway, let's get down to the reason why I'm here today. Regardless of your skill level in Smash, I think something we can all agree on is that we want to be the best we can possibly be in the game. There are a ton of really great resources for learning the basics of the game and some advanced techniques as well. However, while there's a lot of videos for knowing what to improve on in Smash, there's not a ton of videos dedicated to the subject of how to improve in Smash. And although it might not sound like the most exciting topic, it is one of the most useful. Learning how to learn and improve will help you improve much faster than simply practicing that one Mega Man attack you discovered over and over. So without further ado, let me present to you the start of my new series, Exponential Growth. When it comes to Smash Bros, everyone wants to be the very best, like no one ever was. People will spend hours practicing the game and even go to tournaments and yet still somehow see little to no growth. This is because, in general, people don't know how to practice. Playing the game for hours on end will help you become more comfortable with the game's engine, but unless you have specific, dedicated practice, you're likely wasting your time, cementing bad habits, and not seeing the improvement that you'd like to see. In this episode, I'm going to teach you how you should be going about getting some fundamentals that you can practice outside of the game in order to see the most dramatic growth in the shortest period of time. Step 1. Setting goals. I think that the importance of setting goals can be illustrated in one of the most influential fiction books ever written, Alice in Wonderland, which also is one of the weirdest movies I've ever seen, but let's get to the excerpt. In the book, it says, "One day, Alice came to a fork in the road and saw a Cheshire cat in a tree. 'Which road do I take?' she asked. 'Where do you want to go?' was his response. 'I don't know,' Alice answered. 'Then,' said the cat, 'it doesn't matter.'" To boil this down, it's basically saying we can't accomplish goals that we don't set. If we don't know where we want to go, it doesn't matter how we get there or how long it takes us. This goes for anything in life, but especially for areas where you want to see dramatic improvement quickly, such as esports or Smash. Before you start improving, you need to think seriously about where you want to go with your Smash career. Otherwise, like the cat said, it doesn't matter what path you take. It's important to set both long-term and short-term goals. Your long-term goals will give you something to keep your eye on and give you a passion to fight, whereas your short-term goals are used to measure your success. Now, a couple notes before you go setting your goals. First off, you need to be honest with yourself. Of course, we all want to be the best in our region, but it's hard to kind of think about what that would actually mean for you. Being the best in your region or becoming a top player requires hours and hours of dedicated practice, traveling for tournaments, and sticking with the game even when things suck. If this is for you, that's fantastic. For me, I decided I just wanted to be good at the game and not necessarily be the very best. Think critically about what you want and what you're willing to achieve with the game. Another thing you need to remember is to set goals that you can accomplish. Psychology Today recommends setting SMARTer goals. That is, goals that follow the acronym SMARTer. SMARTer stands for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time-limited, exciting, and recorded. An example of this would be reworking your goal of "I want to get better at Smash" to "I want to win a set at my local tournament within 3 months." Whatever your goal, whether Smash related or otherwise, you should always check it against this acronym. Keeping your goals in line with this acronym will drastically improve your chances of actually achieving the goal. Once you get the formatting of your goals down, go ahead and set a long-term as well as a few short-term goals and write them somewhere you can remember them, which brings us to step 2, keeping a journal. Back when I was competing in Melee, I was pretty bad for a good period of time. A lot of this had to do with my mentality and lack of awareness with what was actually happening in the game. One of the biggest things that helped me improve and actually being able to hold my own in locals was keeping a journal with records of my Smash experience. Now, I know it sounds kinda weird to have a journal for a video game, but you're gonna have to trust me on this one. There is a lot of research that shows recording your goals and progress really helps you improve and achieve greater success. So how can we apply this to Smash? First off, get yourself a nice empty journal. Whether you buy this from your local Walmart, find it laying around your house, or you do what I want to do and order a custom journal with your main on the front, what is important with this journal is that you like how it looks. This is going to become integral to your Smash experience, so you don't want to settle for something you don't really like. While you're at it, go ahead and find yourself a nice pen or pencil that feels good in your hand. You're going to be writing a lot, so make sure that you make this as enjoyable of an experience for yourself as possible. Inside of this notebook, you're going to record pretty much everything that happens in your Smash career. Some of the things I have in my notebook include goals, matchups, wins and losses, bad habits I notice, and pretty much everything related to Smash that could be relevant in your progression. Keeping these notes is going to do a couple things for you. First off, just by keeping track of your play and what happens, you're going to start to notice that you're more cognitive of your play. You'll start to have an easier time noticing your own bad habits and capitalizing on your opponent's mistakes. Keeping a record of this will also give you an effective way to look back on your own shortcomings and know what to practice when you play, as well as to give you a database of character and player matchups to prep you before a tournament match. We're going to have a whole video dedicated to this topic coming soon, but for now I want you to open your journal to the first page and write down your long-term and short-term goals that you may have. Start getting in the habit of bringing your journal with you wherever you go for Smash. You should consider this book just as valuable as your controller. Lastly, for now, what I want you to do is to start recording your wins and losses. If you win, how did you win? Did you find a bad habit? Did you exploit the character's weakness? How did it go? If you lost, why did you lose? Were you getting punished for something that was stupid that you shouldn't have been doing? Try to figure these things out. Getting in this habit will help you improve drastically. The third and final step you can do right now to start improving is doing a bit of outside reading about improvement in gaming. You're going to notice right away that there's lots of people who take this very seriously, to the point of sounding a little pretentious. You're going to have to put up kind of a mental shield to get past the cheesiness to some of these articles, but there's a lot of really good stuff out there. For now, I'm going to recommend 3 resources to you. I can't recommend reading them enough. Links to all 3 will be in the description. First off, we have Playing to Win, Becoming the Champion. This series of articles was written by a Street Fighter competitor, but it translates well into pretty much all gaming. Many people consider this the Bible of competitive gaming. These articles are mostly written about having the right kind of mindset for playing, and I consider this a huge resource to anyone that's serious about improving. Number 2, Drastic Improvement. This is a staple of Smash Bros. Reading, however, it definitely falls into that pretentious category. If you can get through it though, you'll find some really valuable things in here, both about mindset and practice. Number 3, Improved Drastic Improvement. This article takes the previous one and expounds upon it. It helps nail down some of the more abstract concepts and gives you a better way to apply them to your own game. I also find it a lot easier to read than Drastic Improvement. And that's all we have for this week's episode. These 3 steps will really help you to improve your game in the long term. If you liked this video or found it helpful, please consider subscribing so that you can catch next week's episode. I'm really excited to move forward with this series and get some more content out there. I also want to take some time to let you know about the giveaway of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate that I'm doing. Details are in the description. Until next time, stay smashing.